In 2014, a deadly virus swept across West Africa, leaving fear, chaos, and tragedy in its wake. This is the true story of the Ebola outbreak, one of the most terrifying health crises of the 21st century. Before we begin, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from history. It all began quietly, in a small village in Guinea. A 2-year-old boy named Emile Guerra fell ill with a strange fever. No one knew that this moment would ignite a global alarm. The Ebola virus, hidden in bats and wild animals, had crossed into humans. Its deadly secret? It could spread through the simplest human act, touch. Within weeks, entire families were sick. Villages became silent. Local clinics were overwhelmed, and doctors didn't yet understand what they were facing. By March 2014, cases appeared in Liberia and Sierra Leone. The borders meant nothing to a virus this deadly. High fever, vomiting, internal bleeding, and death within days. The world watched in disbelief as the infection rate soared. On March 23, 2014, the World Health Organization officially confirmed an Ebola outbreak. But few realized how fast it would spiral out of control. Fear spread faster than the virus itself. People stopped shaking hands. Entire communities hid the sick, afraid of government intervention. Hospitals shut down. Nurses fled. In Monrovia, Liberia, bodies were left on streets. There were simply too many to bury. Despite the danger, brave doctors and nurses stayed behind, risking everything. Some would not survive their mission. Dr. Sheikh Umar Khan, Sierra Leone's leading Ebola doctor, treated hundreds before contracting the virus himself. He died in July 2014, hailed as a hero. Makeshift treatment tents were set up across West Africa. But isolation was painful. Patients could only wave to loved ones through plastic walls. Traditional burial practices, involving washing the bodies, fueled the spread. It took time and heartbreak to convince people to stop. Rumors ran wild that Ebola was a government lie or a curse. Some attacked health workers, thinking they brought the disease. By mid-2014, the world finally reacted. The US, UK, and other nations sent medical teams, and the World Health Organization declared an international emergency. Then it happened. Ebola reached the West. A traveler flew into Dallas, Texas, carrying the virus. The world panicked. News outlets broadcast scenes of men in hazmat suits, empty airports, and quarantine zones. Ebola became a global obsession overnight. Desperate to stop the deaths, scientists tested new drugs like ZMapp, a promising but scarce treatment made from tobacco plants. Local volunteers risked their lives collecting bodies. Most wore makeshift gear, some even plastic bags. Many would never return home. Thousands of children lost their parents. Some communities, terrified of infection, refused to take them in. Amid the chaos, survivors began sharing their blood to help others. Their antibodies offered hope, a light in the darkness. From Cuba to the US, doctors from across the globe flew in. Humanity united against a common invisible enemy. By late 2014, mass education, improved isolation, and better treatment began to slow the outbreak. The curve was finally flattening. Scientists worked around the clock. In record time, the first Ebola vaccine, RVSV-Zebov, was tested and showed incredible promise. By the end of 2016, over 11,000 people had died, and 28,000 were infected, making it the deadliest Ebola outbreak in history. Schools closed, economies crashed, and fear of Ebola lingered long after the virus was gone. Survivors faced stigma, blindness, and long-term health issues. But many became advocates, teaching others how to fight back. The Ebola crisis taught the world a lesson. Disease anywhere is a threat everywhere, and preparedness saves lives. The systems built during the Ebola outbreak helped the world respond faster to later pandemics, including COVID-19. From fear to resilience, the 2014 Ebola outbreak showed both the fragility and the strength of humanity. If you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful true stories from history.